Hey everyone, Bigfoot here. Today we're going to talk about the food that I've chosen to bring with me during my upcoming FKT attempt of the Superior Hiking Trail. All right, guys. So this is my setup for each day. What I plan on eating on the trail, with a couple other exceptions that I'll kind of talk about as I go here. But as you know, I'm going to be going with a cooking setup. I'm not going stoveless like I did on the Appalachian Trail, and really the reason for that is I know I'm going to need to really pack in some extra calories. In the long run, I think we'll actually be able to save some weight with going with some of my breakfast and dinner options that I'm going with, and really help with my morale to have a hot meal every day. So starting off with breakfast, I decided to go with something that's reliable for me. I was thinking about experimenting with different dehydrated food recipes, and really just came down to time. I just didn't have a lot of time to be able to experiment and go and dehydrate a bunch of different foods. So what I went with, I'm going to be having this probably 5 of the 8 days, and that's the breakfast skillet from Mountain House. I really enjoy this food here, this setup. I've eaten it many of times, and comes in at 700 calories for the package, and only weighs 4.73 ounces, which puts us at 148 calories per ounce. Which is really nice. So this is kind of just the nutritional content, but again, I really enjoy the breakfast skillet by Mountain House. Now I will say that I'm going to be out on the trail for 8 days. If I was going out on another 2,200 mile or 2,600 mile through hike, I wouldn't be eating Mountain House, once or twice a day. It would just be really expensive. But with what I'm doing here and what I'm trying to accomplish, 8 days on the trail, this just seemed to be the most practical for me. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing for breakfast, probably again 4 or 5 days. And then the other 3 days, I'm going to be going with maple and brown sugar oatmeal. Now, I'll be repackaging all of this, so I'm not going to be bringing these specific packets. I'll throw everything that I'll eat, which will be 4 packets for each breakfast, all on one Ziploc bag, so it'll be repackaged and save some weight, things like that. Now, the Quaker oatmeal comes in at 106 calories per ounce, so it's significantly less than this, but I do want to be able to change it up a little bit. So I'm planning on being on the trail for 8 days. The first morning, I'm going to eat breakfast. I'll have that kind of set up. So I really need breakfast for 7 other days. So what I'll probably end up doing is having 4 servings of this, and then 3 servings of the oatmeal. So that's what I'm doing for breakfast. Now, for dinners, I'm going with my favorite freeze-dried food, which is the spaghetti recipe that they have from Mountain House. This has been a staple of mine for many adventures when I've actually brought a cooking setup and have eaten freeze-dried food. I really love the taste of the spaghetti with meat sauce. This comes in at 575 calories and weighs 4.51 ounces here, which comes in at 127 calories per ounce. This is kind of a little bit what the nutrition looks like. Of course, I'll be eating all 2.5 servings. Now, to add to this, I will be putting a tablespoon of olive oil in all of my spaghetti, which is going to add a total of 120 calories. I'll just bring just enough to be able to do a tablespoon of that every night, put that in my spaghetti. So basically, I will be having close to 700 calories for dinner every single night, but that's what I'm doing for dinner. Now, everything else that you see here is what I'm going to be eating for snack and lunch during the day. So to start off here, let's talk about my bars. So these bars are really good. I had one of these on the trail last year. I met a guy named Keel, and his mom would send him this in food packages, resupplies, food drops throughout the trail. And they're a trail bar. These come in at 842 calories per bar. They weigh 6.25 ounces, which puts them at 135 calories per ounce. So they're loaded with calories. I'll put the recipe at the very bottom so that you guys, if you're interested in looking and maybe making something like this, you guys can. There's no baking that's involved with this, but what this has in it is oatmeal, chocolate chips, wheat germ, pecans, vanilla extract, honey, peanut butter, and then almonds on the top. And what we'll probably end up doing with the bar is separate in two different snacks. So I'll eat half of it one time and then save the other half for later, but probably eat this closer to lunch. So again, 842 calories. I love RX bars. This is my favorite kind of RX bar. I'll be eating an RX bar every day. They are all natural. This is the ingredients that you see that's in each of these bars. They have 200 calories, and the weight of this is 1.3 ounces. That's the net weight, so that does not include the packaging. And again, I'll be repackaging a lot of these things to save a little bit of additional weight. But when you're looking at calories per ounce, this RX bar comes at 109 calories per ounce. All right, so the next thing are the pressed fruit bars from Kind. I really love these things. These are all natural. There's no added sugar, and what's in it is exactly what it says. This one is mango, apple, and chia seeds, and this comes in at 130 calories. I can, there we go. And this ends up being somewhere around, I think, 108 calories per ounce. And then I also have strawberry as well. I think these are 110 calories, so it's a little bit under, but get a lot of fruit in these things, and these are just so good. They will help boost my morale as well. And then down here you see some sports beans. I'll probably end up bringing enough for one of these per day. I love these sports beans. They're Ultralight, and they're 100 calories per bag. I'll repackage these as well. They weigh an ounce, so 100 calories per ounce, of course. But these will be a nice little boost when I need some energy. All right, and then my last two snacks. This is kind of my little sweet snack every day. We're bringing 2 ounces of peanut M&Ms, which comes in at 440 calories, and that's 146 calories per ounce. So this has a really high calorie per ounce, but this is more just for a nice little sweet snack for me during the day, and probably save half of that for dinner after I eat my spaghetti. And then I got some Gorp, of course. So this is 360 calories, ends up coming in to be basically a serving size of honey roasted peanuts, serving size of raisins, and then half a serving of plain M&Ms. So this ends up weighing, I think, like 2.75 ounces. So the calories per ounce on my Gorp is 131. That is all of the snacks that I'm going to have. And then my drink mixes. So I'm going with what worked very well for me on the Appalachian Trail. I'm going to be going with Gatorade. I'll bring 4 drink mixes with me every day. To me, it's totally worth the wait. This packs 130 calories in each of these. With my pre-hikes that I did a few weeks ago, when I was doing 40-something miles, low 40 miles a day, I was burning somewhere around 6,000 calories. So this is another way for me to add some calories to my diet. This will be 520 calories each day. Plus, this is just a total morale boost. I love Gatorade. Every time I had this on the Appalachian Trail, it just totally skyrocketed my morale. So I'm going with what works for me. So that wraps up my entire setup. This ends up coming in about 4,100 calories per day that I'll be consuming. And this ends up working out to a weight of just over 2 pounds. I think it's like 2 pounds and 1.3 ounces, which puts me at 123 calories per ounce, which I'm really happy with when you kind of factor in everything. I know that this food works. I have eaten all of this on the trail. These are things that I'm going to crave when my hiker hunger, my crazy hiker hunger, hits its most intense parts, especially when I get 3-4 days in, and I'm not going to get sick of this stuff, because again, this is stuff that has worked for me on my pre-hikes. Some of these things that I took with me on the Appalachian Trail, but this is, my entire diet does look a lot different than what I had on the Appalachian Trail, because I was stoveless. But anyway, so this is what I went with. Really excited about where I'm at here. Again, I'll probably repackage everything, or I will repackage everything except for these. These are just so convenient, and it just is so much easier for me just to rip this off and pour it into my water bottle than repackaging this to try to save a little bit of weight. I'll have a little bit more garbage. But anyway, guys, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Again, I'll put the recipe for the trail bars below as well as links to all of this food. So if you're interested in looking into some of this stuff, I'll put that below as well. Thanks, everyone. We're getting really close. We are only just above a week before I start my thru hike here. I'll have a couple more videos next week that'll really be talking about questions that I get of my thru hike. So basically everything that you need to know about my FKT attempt. So watch for that next week, and then my final video will be on Thursday, which I'll talk a little bit about some of the gear that I'm adding. So there's a couple more items I'm adding, and then I will show you my entire food and gear setup, all packed up, ready to go, and answering any last questions that there are before I get on the trail. So anyway, guys, thanks so much. Stay tuned for more sightings, and remember to always follow Bigfoot.